Okay, good morning, everyone, and happy 4th of July weekend and Canada Day for all the Canadians in the chat room. So today we're seeing our futures slightly flat here. Either two things can happen here from what I'm seeing. So this is, of course, I'm not in my home studio right now, but I'm just out with family and just traveling and so forth. But I'm still going to be trading because it's a short week here, and it's a short day as well. Okay, so two things I'm seeing here. SPX futures, had a high of the day at around 44.55 here, and pretty much trading slightly below 44.50 pre-market here. Okay. So 44.50 hard resistance to get through, but pretty much level one bullish, as you guys can see, is at 44.66. Okay, so that's where we have that pin there, and 44.79 is the next level two here, and we got level three at 44.86. Okay, and pretty much level four, just because of the it's a possibility, but not very likely that we could possibly see 4,500 happen today. Okay, guys. So right now, historically, the day before July 4th weekend tends to be a straight, narrow upward trend here. Okay. And if that happens, definitely the calls that we're holding pre-market are going to be going very well here. Okay. But a couple of catalysts here that we have is that banks increased their dividends. Okay. So we must see a strong banking sector in order for the market to really go. Right now, banks are pretty much average at best, or slightly below average pre-market. None of them are moving at a major pace. You pretty much look at JP Morgan here is pretty much holding, at flat. But if banks start to move and techs go along with it, then we can see the market try to make new highs again. And the call wall is at 4,500. Okay. So in order for us to even consider the fact that 4,500 may happen, we must look at the first inflection point 44.66 and see when that happens. Okay. If that level breaks through like butter, then it's very likely that we're gonna continue to the path towards 4,500. Okay, so 44.66, your key ideal SPX level. Now, I haven't finished the bearish levels yet, but pretty obvious that anything under 44.50 sign of weakness, and if we do get below 44.30, that's even greater evidence that the market may not hit this new call wall, which is at 4,500. Okay, so there is a good chance that we may move higher here with NVIDIA here. Could probably be a nice play for today. The only problem here is that you have to choose. Do you want to overpay for premiums on a short week? Because today is, the market closes at 1 p.m. Eastern time zone. So we pretty much have like 4 to 5 hours to trade here. So that's one problem. Second problem is market is closed tomorrow, which is another unfavorable thing. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Tesla, surging on that quarterly vehicle sales beat here. So that this stock can pretty much, next resistance is going to be 280, 282 here. So the premiums on this are going to be absolutely ludicrous when we see that open. Your best thing to do is see how it does at 273 support. It might likely not even get there. lower WAPs at 276. Okay. But I may consider getting calls if it does get to 273, as that would be a strong support on this as well. Okay. Because if we get the 273s, 285 calls most likely can work. Okay, so we'll be looking at that. The Teslas, so the 280 calls yesterday, they closed at around 2.8. Those are going to open nicely for anyone that's taken them, right? So most likely because of the short week, those 280 calls, even though they're pretty expensive then, they could probably open around close to $9 to $10. Okay, so up by 5 points on a short week. So we're going to keep looking at that. Right now, the 44. So let me see. I'm looking at the. Okay. So right now, the 4,500 calls. The market is not currently pricing that in on SPX yet, because what I see from the pre-market here is the 4,500 calls are going for 5 cents. The market is pricing in a move to 44.80, and on the downside, it's posting a move to 44.20. Okay, so I don't expect the market to really move lower today. I think the chances are that we either have two scenarios: either we really rip, or we pretty much grind in a very flat sideways market. Okay, because Tesla is very strong, and to basically do my full analysis and post it on the Discord. Pretty much because I've been traveling, so I never got a chance to do that work. I was working on some other stuff, but the key ranges that we see for this week, it looks like there's a 100-point range. The high of the week that I estimate it to be is around 4,500, and the low of the week to be around 4,400. Okay, so right now the 4,400 call is worth more than the 4,500 call for Friday's expiration. But with that in mind, that can be a good opportunity that they may drive the puts lower, and that would eventually bring the market up. Okay, so want to see if this 4,500 call can get above 10. Its high of the day price is around 5.6. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at. Right now, there's no major economic report to really be concerned about. Today, there's no real catalyst. Tomorrow, market is closed for July 4th, and CPI for Great Britain is happening on Wednesday. We have there's a FOMC happening. My apologies. It's not Powell speaking. It's the FOMC meetings that's happening on Wednesday. Okay, so scratch everything I said. The only economic thing that's happening right now is the ISM manufacturing numbers, and that's happening at 10 a.m. The FOMC meeting minutes is on Wednesday, and we got a lot of job reports, unemployment rates on Thursday and Friday. Okay, so premiums are going to definitely be expensive, and I do apologize on giving that wrong information earlier. I'm just looking at a different screen here because I'm not used to looking at this, so I didn't see the dates. I was looking at the wrong week. But anyways, so there's a couple of, a lot of stuff happening with the FOMC week, job reports. So premiums are going to be fairly expensive here. And that's why I estimate that there might be two things: grind lower or we pop higher. Okay. So don't overpay, be very patient. It's a short day. There's going to be a lot of opportunities, and we're going to be watching out for that FOMC meeting minutes on Wednesday. Okay, so let's see what that happens, and if SPX can break through 4,500 this week here. Okay, so that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoy the chat. I'll see you in the room, and let's get that money.